Well, my friend.
Hey, what's going on, sir?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. We're a little nervous earlier in the day because the main point of the show was if something was going to arrive or not. And I must say, UPS did deliver it on time
UPS,
when he said it was going to do it.
they did deliver.
Mhm.
There is, however, some things we need to talk about
Yes,
on
sir.
that. But sir, it is good as always to be here live with you on this glorious Wednesday night. And for everybody there, welcome. Hey, you stopped by to the best podcast in the world. I am Chet Maddox, your lovely, gorgeous host, along with my co-host, Alexander Storm. You guys are welcome, is all I'm going to say about today. What happens when you have the world's best selling toy on Amazon out of nowhere? And it's a long wait, but the wait is finally over. And UPS, while they tried to screw it up, couldn't mess it up for this podcast. What are we talking about? I don't know. Ramen. Am I talking about food or am I talking about toys? We'll get into that. And until then, check this out. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining, Mr. Storm. Let's just jump into it.
Let's jump into it. That does make sense tonight. Well, actually, if you didn't see the title tonight, you know that we were anticipating. And one, I'm going to tell you, there's two people I'd like to thank for this. One is Dr. Brentley, because Dr. Brentley was the one that basically pumped down the cash and said, "Hey, man, I'm sending this to you. It was supposed to be a Christmas, but it didn't pop up Christmas. But who cares?" Like I said, the anticipation and wait and everything. So thank him to that. Other one was East over at Ramen Toys. He actually, hit us up on Instagram the other night, and I thought that was extremely cool. And he was like, "Hey, make sure you go over some instructions, everything else like that." But he was extremely kind. So we actually heard from the CEO of a toy company, and you and I both know how extremely rare that is.
Yeah.
So, thanks for his input, and I hope we do his car justice. But tonight we're talking about the Ramen Racer. Now you can see over my shoulder right over here because this is in my makeshift little office and everything. So there's not a lot of space. It's not like we have huge studio lots, but the Ramen Racer is set up right over there. But what we did tonight was we have an actual third dairy cam, I use the term, that's actually going to feature that. So I know this is what everybody popped in for. We're going to go to it. So like I said, hopefully we don't have any major technical issues. We worked this out earlier, but let's see how it works. All right. So I'm going to move my mic over here because it's going to take a second. But you can still hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right.
I'm working on getting the Ramen Racer.
Okay. All right. Well, right here, let's take a look at some of the artwork. Now I have to say, outer shell, and that
we gotta have you unmute the other camera.
Oh, sure, no problem. No problem. Let me get that in. All right. Can you hear me now?
Unmute it.
Hold on. There you go. Okay. How about now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So we'll take off this. All right. So again, it came in with an outer package, but I thought to save some time tonight, I actually took it out of the outer package. So this is the inner package and everything else. And again, it's got some beautiful artwork on the side, the back, has some instructions and everything else like that. I give them credit. Is packaged extremely well. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna take this out. Open this up. This out, and that comes with actually some pretty nice and sturdy styrofoam inside. So let me just move this out of the way. Take this out.
I like that I like that the styrofoam is wrapped.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give credit with that too.
Is that elastic?
Hold on for 1 second, Chet. Okay. Yeah, it is elastic.
So
It's
that
actually,
the black stuff is elastic.
now I got to give credit to this design. Is that not even the HasLabs have been put together this nice. You know, like normally it comes with a styrofoam and little packaging, but this extra level so it doesn't shift and move. This is
Yeah.
pretty ingenious. So
No, I like that a lot. That's why I want to know if that was elastic. It looks cool.
absolutely. So we're gonna take this off. Take that off. It just comes out of the way,
Velcro.
which is kind of cool. Again, packaging wise, this thing, we're going to have some photos on Instagram that's going to show the outer packaging. UPS did not do kindness to that because the outer packaging was torn apart. But
Yeah.
thank God he took such strenuous measures to actually pack it up on the inside. We look right at this. Now there's some levels. We're going to open it up.
Ooh,
And
look at
I
that.
think there's
Look at that.
secondary pack. Well, first, let's go to the first top dairy pack. Open that up. Let's see. Now, this one was ordered because Dr. Brentley, being who he is, gets all the bells and whistles. Now, it comes with a beautiful instruction manual. Now, I can tell you one thing about this instruction manual. This is something that Hasbro very rarely does well. They send some kind of one sheet, and half the time you're figuring it out yourself. So, it's some very detailed instructions on it. And, pretty much everything. And I love the graphics on it well because it's really designed well so you'll understand it. So anybody can understand it, So
Yeah.
we're going to take that through. But like I said, again, it comes with this one comes with the Infernal pack. It's the whole bells and whistles. So we've got it where we can change it into let's just say the charger that's on fire from another company. We won't mention that company's name.
The fire chargers, yeah, those are my
There's certain
favorite.
other things. If you want to look at, if you want to make it look like a certain bunch of street racers that's in a film franchise, you can make it look like that, or you can make it look like a classic '69 Ford Mustang, or I'm sorry, Dodge Charger. So let me get this. Let me move this out of the way.
I was gonna say, if you could make this look like a Mustang, it'd be pretty good.
What was that now?
If you could make this look like a Mustang, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, no. Sorry, it's a Dodge Charger, but it does come with multiple hoods, though. Because again, you can one where you
Yeah,
can
that's
have,
what I like. I love that part. I think that's awesome.
yeah, it is. That's cool. So now, a couple of key things. Also, wait a minute. I think there was one thing that I do remember mentioned that it comes with some extra accessories. I think that's on the inside. I think so. So take the car out. Now you can also see the other accessories: the flame wheels, extra set of rally wheels, which is really cool. So not only does it have the standard wheels, it has a set of rallies, and it has the flame accessory wheels. So that's really cool, man. Let me move this out of the way. Get this out of the way too. And let's get to the thing that everybody's waiting for. And you know what? This thing is not light. Chet, it's got some weight to it.
I love the finish on the paint.
Now, if you feel this, if you take a look at the matte black imaging, wow, here's the thing that's really cool about it. The door is open. Make sure. Can you see that on the inside? The dash.
That's nice.
Wow. And see, now here's the thing also. Well, there's another accessory that's inside here. And this goes extra things for the pack and the funnel, and it has one extra thing that's involved in here. Let's get through that. I don't want to rush through and take all the packaging through. Let's see. And one little aspect, I know there's some people that were a little bit upset. This is also from the engine blocks, but it comes with a version if you want a certain evil spirit that avenges people. You've got that option.
Where does that go?
This is a different head. So
Oh,
it
yep.
comes
I know
with
what you're talking about.
I
Gotcha.
believe
Yep.
Ace described it as flame head.
Oh yeah, flame head. That'd go good on a flame head figure.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this open for you.
Yeah, that's
That way
nice.
we get a very good
cool.
imaging of
really
that.
good. That's really cool.
I'm saying the sculpt on this thing is really amazing. So, let me put that back in and save that before I lose that. And again, if you're looking at it, look, the doors are all flushed to the side.
I like the paint has a really good matte finish to it.
Yes. Yeah. One aspect too is you can look at the bottom. There's some a little bit of some details on the bottom of this thing too. The wheels, they're nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Get this thing open. See if I can put my fingers through it. Get that through. Get a shot of the engine for you.
Oh wow.
Which you can actually take the hood off, put some different accessories on it, soup it up, keep it to a little bit of the points. But one thing too that I saw in one of the other videos, which was very interesting, is that the seats move up and move back.
So rad.
So if you want to put a character in the back, you can put a character in the back. You're not and everything. And then there's a little detail. I don't know if I can actually show this quite well, but it says Ramen Racer here on the bottom of the
Yeah.
floorboard.
Yeah, you can see it.
So that's actually awesome. And again, we'll just pop the other side off. You can do the same thing from the other side. Move the seats up, move the seats back. So
this fits a 6-inch figure, right?
Yes, it's made for 6-inch figures. You can put everything from Marvel Legends to G.I. Joe Classified to I'm sure the Valaverse Action Force figures in there. Pretty thing, anything 6-inch. And there's lights and accessories to some other stuff. We'll save that for another time. But I'm just amazed with just the one, the packaging is what's amazing, and two is all the accessories that you get. Now, a lot of people were complaining about the pricing for the initial Engine of Vengeance or whatever they would call it over at Marvel. Um, this thing actually was priced better, even with all the additions. And there's way more stuff to the actual vehicle itself than to
Meek's,
anything else.
Real quick, Meek said it's legit as hell, which is awesome.
Yeah. It is cool. So, and the trunk opens too. I can actually, let's see if I can get my fingers around that. There you go. There's some accessories in there. You can actually put a battery in there.
Move it into the camera.
And you can run the lights and everything because it has full lights. The dashboard lights up and everything. We're not going to do that tonight because again, we want to actually get a good view of this.
Can you show the trunk again? It wasn't in camera.
Yeah, sure. Again, I'm not going to take all the accessories out, but there's a lot of room in there. You could probably put a Marvel Legends figure in there.
A little bit higher up.
Okay.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, no. Just wanted to see it. That's awesome. It's literally the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
I
Now you
love the
notice
I
there's
love the
no
detail on this.
true. There's a hook cap cover that's in there that's still a chrome one that you can put on, but this is a USB cable. You can plug that in to actually turn it on, but also there's USB cable underneath as well. Let me get that for you. So you can do it both ways. Plug it at the top, plug it at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift it back over to the other computer. So hold on.
We're waiting.
And I am back.
Nice.
I will tell you this. First of all, let me cut this light off because this thing is I don't want the entire point. I will say one aspect that Ace did. It
Yeah.
is absolutely clean. It's amazing vehicle up front. There's a lot of details that you see poured into it.
Hmm.
The one thing I think that it was like everyone was talking about the weight. You wondered, is it going to be worth the wait? And I can tell you, absolutely. Just open it right now because actually, this is the first time I've opened it, as long as everyone else. It's worth the wait. It's probably one of the cleanest vehicles that I've seen from a secondary company. This is not the money that Hasbro and Mattel has. This is a guy that has a vision, and he's just putting his time, energy, and to tell you how much time, energy he had enough time to actually personally hit up our Instagram. So
Hmm.
that's not letting you know that he's hands on, because again, when are you having Marvel or the heads of any other companies, a Hasbro or let's say Super Seven? How many of these guys are hitting you up? You know,
Yeah.
that's what's amazing about this. But also, too, again, it's a substantial weight to it, not too
Yep.
light, not too heavy. It's worth it. But the accessories, again, they're switching out of the wheels,
Yeah.
from a standard stock wheel to a rally wheel. Like, who thinks of that kind of detail? The headlights, there's a certain point where you can make it. There's two versions of the 69 Dodge Charger. There's one that has the hideaway lights and one of the
Mhm.
regular lights. And then the same thing you can take. There's also the rear lights. The tail lights are different on both. There's like a squared version and a round circular version. That all comes in the accessory pack. It comes with three hoods: the standard hood, the hood that you put the blower through, and then another one with the hood scoop on it. So if anyone, it's not just if you're into this as you're a just a action figure person. If you're a person that loves just like vintage cars and everything, you're getting no better representation. The Marvel counterpart that they were going to do wasn't even half this nice. It was just the car, it was the gimmick, it went with the character.
Mhm.
This is, and car enthusiasts as well can enjoy this, and I think it will be something. And I guess also one of the things, I believe that there's a certain amount that he's made for this. I don't know if he's going to reissue it, but I know it's between that and there's an orange version of it. I believe that's under total under 3,000 units. If that's the case, how extremely rare is that going to be in a couple of years?
The orange version.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's an orange version that looks like a certain car from a certain TV series with
Yeah,
two cousins.
the tiger orange. I
Yeah.
I'm actually debating on buying that one.
Well, I don't, like I said, I don't know if you can still order it, man.
Yeah, it's still available on his website right now. I'm looking
I
at
Then I would tell you, I would not do the debate. I would actually purchase that through, because that's even now this one I believe has like up to 2,000. The black version, Granite Black, has 2,000. I believe that one's under 600 or 700 or so.
it. Hmm.
So again, and the one thing that I do know that I extensively did some research on Ace, you can have it where you can have a certain set of stickers sent to you that you can put it on yourself, or they can apply it at the actual Ramen Toys warehouse. They'll actually apply it, and it can come like that too. So whatever version. If you're a guy that just likes to put stickers on yourself, or you want them to apply it or something, I'm sure there's probably some kind of fee or something else for them to apply it. But I would much rather have the people that designed the vehicle to actually do that. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Yeah, the Tiger Orange.
That's
uh,
so clean.
yeah, yeah. It looks just like, and actually, I've being from Southern California. You and I both know we've seen those up front in person, but mostly every time I've seen them, they've been completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And so anytime I see a car that was used from that era of that show, it's not in that condition. It is completely torn apart and everything. So, but I kind of think for something that you could put, and there was somebody that actually had me. I was on Instagram, or I think on Facebook, and they were saying that they were actually making custom of the two cousins. They were making two customs of the two covers to fit in the car and everything. And the reason why we're being a little bit descriptive is one of the things is that I don't want to have any kind of situations or any kind of flack put onto the people at Ramen Toys, because this is something that is like it's an amazing a feat for them to pull off. It's one of those things that we've had where people are like, claiming that, we just had the whole Airwolf scenario that didn't go through. And I know there's a lot of people's faith is kind of like, weighed when you have third or secondary parties doing these vehicles. So you don't think there's sometimes like, all right, something's going to happen. It's not going to get made. It's not going to be into my collection. And this was one of the few where I had saw all the work that Ace and the people at Ramen Toys was doing. I seen that he actually had popped himself into the communities, and
Yeah.
it was something where he was gonna be. It wasn't something that I thought that, like some other individuals, that they're not up front and out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're ordering from him, it's like this faceless individual, and you don't know if you're going to get something. This was one of the few times where, because he had done the amount of press and everything that he was going to do, I was like, man, and even with the delays, it's like, no, I know this is coming out because he ingratiated himself into the whole toy community. And this is also one of the manufacturers of another big YouTuber, Mr. Mad Hatter, and the Flipboard campaign.
Yeah.
So Ace is stepping up, and again, I am number one. I'm completely impressed with the product, but I was really impressed with the shipping, because when I get something from, like, from Hasbro Pulse or something, that's usually coming through, I think, FedEx or something, and the packaging was nice, and there was any problems and everything. When I heard it was coming from UPS, well, again, there's that old Ace Ventura opening where he's kicking a package like a hacky sack, and that's
That's
exactly,
real life. That's real life.
yeah, that's not a joke. That's usually UPS. And the outer package, I took pictures of that, and I'll post them on the Instagram. Outer package, there was a puncture wound and everything. It looks like somebody took like some forklift forks and put it through it. And you're like, oh God, how bad is this gonna be?
Yeah.
And look, that the inner packaging was done well. All four corners had plastic reinforcement. The inner box was completely clean. You just saw the styrofoam with the entire points of the Velcro taping. Everything was held in place. There's no way that I can sit there and say that he didn't take some care. And this is not like something that just popped in and came from like Amazon and they just dropped this off. This came from overseas.
Yeah.
So, it sat someplace, probably in Demerge or someplace, and got all the people. So I gotta give him credit. I will, there's a few times where you put your faith into a company and they over exceed your expectations. And then a lot of times, though, we get under exceeded. We're like, disappointed. We didn't think that the product was worth the well. No, man, this actually gets up. Like, I have the McFarlane 89 Batmobile, and that's a nice look. It's 10 times lighter than this. There's hardly any detail inside of the actual hatch, and it's a one-seater, so it's not even to correct scale. It's nice, sits on the shelf and everything else like that, but it doesn't have all the extra touches that Ace did because the plan is, look, first of all, I don't know if you've noticed over here, there's a whole shelf moved out of the way. That was the McFarlane shelf. I had to get off all that stuff. Spawn has went back to the alley and he's been removed off the shelf. Underneath the Marvel Legends, that's going to sit, and I can already tell you, and I told Dr. Brentley the plan. It's going to look exactly like the greatest hero that's ever touched the Marvel screen. That's Blade and his charger. So Blade will be on that shelf and everything, and hopefully soon Luke Cage and Iron Fist, all the street level guys, the supernatural dudes, and of course Ghost Rider is gonna. Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider is gonna make it up there, but Ace has his own shelf now because wow, it's better than I expected. That's all you can say as a fan. It's better than expected. In fact, I think we probably owe Ace a little bit more money. So great night. If anybody's thinking about, hey, I'm going to purchase something from Ramen Toys, don't think about it. Do in every possible way. It's not going to be a disappointment to you. So anything else you could put onto it, Mr. Maddox?
No, this makes me really want the red gull wing that they did. I was bummed that I missed that, but I know you can pick that up on eBay right now, and I have a gold wing collection behind me. So I'm really I got to be honest with you, man. I really want the gold wing, but I also want the tiger orange. You can't get the other one, the one you have anymore. So.
No. That one's. And I'll also tell you, like, that great white looks pretty good too, man.
Yeah.
Again, it's I gotta be thinking that there was a stop and desist letter that was sent to Ace and told him to make some changes, and I just gotta think that Hasbro's just seeing how well this revival is, and I think they're going to have plans for this. This is the level. Look, if they did, like we've always said, if they did mask in 6-inch figure form, it's going to sell. It's not something that's not. Yeah. And I really think that there's a market for it. And again, the Engine of Vengeance over at Marvel, the Hasbro individuals. Look, they tried. It was an exuberant amount of money. It didn't do half of the thing. I think they were trying to put most of it. Didn't even have half the detail that this car has. But I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that Ace had picked that up, because there were people that truly wanted that version of that car.
Yeah.
And, you're getting a much better representation.
I like that it comes with the figure too.
Well, it's just the figurehead. Just the figurehead and everything. But, again, that's nothing. We're going to the Robo Toy show in a couple of weeks. So you'll find another version of that spirit that happens to be vengeful and just pop off that head and put on that one. So, but that's still Blade's car, though, bro. It's still Blade's car.
Yeah, it's definitely Blade's car.
It's definitely
Blade's car. Yeah, no, man. I love what Ramen Toys is doing. I've couple of times I've been bummed out over missing some of his stuff. The Silverhawk thing I'm probably bummed out the most about. He did 2 of those, which Silverhawks was probably one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
Well, I can tell you he's doing a van that is certain individuals that came back from the war that was on the run in Los Angeles. If you can find him, he's doing something very similar to that.
You know who to call.
I will definitely be marking that down for my order. Now he's definitely, and of course, there's a car with some kind of beam in front of it that I'm sure at one point or another he's gonna make too. So
there's those 2. If those are made, will be in my house. Trust me.
Yeah, that most definitely. But I do like the charging port. Charge from the top, or charge from the bottom.
Yeah, the fact that it's in the gas tank area is so well thought out.
Yes. Well, also one of the best things of it too is not just it's so well thought out. It's well, we can't say that, Meeks, but you can. But yeah, it's everything about this design is thought out. That's the
you
difference of it.
are you gonna get the Aces of Aviation?
Uh, I am not the biggest Top Gun fan. I will tell you that.
What's Top Gun? I don't know
Oh,
what
I'm
Top Gun
sorry.
is.
The Aces of we're actually we're slipping up and everything. We're giving Paramount some right. I think they look great. It's just that now. That being said, if there was like some form of a like Air Force plane that came with it or something,
Come on,
it
though, but
may
like
tempt me.
you could take their G suits off.
That is kind of cool. I will give
Yeah, like
credit to that.
this
It
is
comes with helmets. I've seen the glasses. I've seen.
mm,
Look, the man is shaping details. It's like that's the and if you're getting this from a third person, the thing that makes you turn around and question is what are the big boys doing? Because
nothing.
wow, he's setting the bar. And so just having some lights turn on ain't gonna cut it anymore. You're gonna need to put some little extra details in it. And will I say, like, will I put uh Ramen Racer next to the his tank in value and pricing? Look, the his tank has some great detail to it. And there's a lot of light features and everything else. Um, and I was extremely proud of that unit. I know the Dragonfly will be coming before the end of the year. That looks great. I'm just stoked that somebody, like I said, that's pretty much almost a one-man show is doing that kind of work. Like, wow. Like, that you've got hundreds of people working that's trying to make that one product great. And here's a guy that basically is in the middle of the night, sending Instagrams
Well,
and flying all over the place.
yeah, but it's a matter of passion versus I mean it's his passion project, so of course it's gonna be better. And then everyone else, it's not necessarily passion. It's just a job, and
Well,
you see that in a lot of these videos on YouTube where they're trying to describe I remember seeing some of the stuff for the GI Joe, like the Dragonfly
mhm.
has lab when it was going live, and they were talking about it, and it was like, how are you not pumped that you're making this a 6-inch freaking helicopter? You know what I mean? And it was just I wasn't excited for it, so I don't. And it was the same thing they did with Galactus, and I wish they would have had somebody that was more exciting selling Galactus because I would have bought it at the time, but
True.
they didn't, and so I I don't know, man. I'm curious, and this is kind of like off topic, but
Mhm.
HasLab was supposed to come out with something like
Yeah, yeah, we still haven't seen that.
beginning of the month, and it's like they just haven't done anything, which is weird
Well,
for HasLab.
the funny thing about this again, there's whole divisions of people working there, and I know that the Ramen Racer had been pushed out, delayed. A lot of people were bitching about that. You don't even have half the workforce at Ramen Toys compared to Hasbro. So how do you miss Star Wars Day? How do you not have your HasLab ready? And we're still weeks away. And what did I tell you? They're gonna wait for San Diego Comic Con, and then they're gonna spring this thing out. So that's gonna be what 2 months delayed. It's like, come on, you know. So in this portion, we have a new segment, and we'll have some new graphics thrown up. But it's our do better segment and everything, where we tell people to do better. Come
Yeah,
on, Star Wars Black Series team, vintage team over at Hasbro. You've
just
got to do better. You got to do better. And our honorary do better is to UPS. You delivered on time, but man, how you delivered this thing, this package,
yeah,
this outer package is probably wow. Like, and it's not just this one box, because I've seen several other people that's reviewed this, and everybody's box was like somebody threw it down a flight of stairs.
yeah. Well, also too, we're mid show right now, so we wanna remind everybody to subscribe if you haven't, because we know you haven't, but we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for all your support and hanging out. And then also, we're curious to know what you think. So make sure you comment below. Tell us what you think about the show and everything else. And if you're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere you can find podcasts, greatly appreciate you liking and rating and leaving comments on the podcast. It moves it up You can find this podcast as long as with others on Apple Podcasts under SKN, the parent company that hosts the majority of these. So we do thank you. This is a very toy specific podcast. We have some other ones, but most importantly, you need to subscribe because it's free and you're missing out. Man, who would have thought that the Hasbro coming out randomly with Marvel Legends,
wow,
and coming up with it and releasing Hulkbuster would have been the #1 selling toy on Amazon.
I was waiting for a new Hulkbuster at one point because again we've seen the Hot Toys. There's been some other versions done. The Hot Toys I was never going to buy because it's just although it's amazing, the word hot and toys is not in the same sentence. It's not something meant to ever be played with. But the Marvel Legend 85th anniversary Hulkbuster. The minute I saw that, I said, "Oh, this is gonna actually sell through the roof." Now, did I think it was going to hit the high marks on Amazon? No, I didn't think that because it's available everywhere. That's the one thing at all the other online major toy companies on Hasbro Pulse and everything. So if it's selling off of Amazon like that, what is it doing? Like it's probably one of the best armors that Tony Stark has ever produced. But wow, like this one, there's no better 85th anniversary representation than that suit.
Yeah, I mean, I love this thing, and I'm kind of iffy on Iron Man stuff. I honestly haven't seen a Marvel Legends Iron Man that I really like. There is the new one, the Marvel Legends Iron Man that's in the Zabu run right now. I do like that one.
I think that's the superior Iron Man version.
Superior Iron Man. Yep, I do like that one. I think it's cool. But this Hulkbuster, as soon as it came out, I think all of us were like,
no,
I think we all purchased that.
Well, again, it's like we called this year of Marvel Legends, and I'll give them credit because it's every drop that they have done, one after another one. And I just a couple of people that I know that own toy stores, and I actually should have actually reached out to Richard today too. Everyone's saying that Zabu wave is damn near almost impossible to reorder now. So like a lot of toy stores are saying, "Hey man, we're ordering this stuff," and they're like, "Oh no, that's it." So that goes to tell you either you printed too less or you printed just enough. But if you're out there in the Marvel Legends, one, if you haven't ordered the Hulkbuster suit, do yourself a favor and pre-order that right now.
Yeah.
But also, if you're wanting to put that that cat together, you better start hitting up those stores because that is probably going to be like, I wouldn't say a Fing Fang Fu-ish version of it, but that's probably going to be a hard Build-A-Figure to find on the secondary market that's going to be inexpensive. I think it's going to be expensive. I think that cat is going to be expensive as hell.
Yeah, you know what? The Zabu run too, all those figures are worth owning.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really, I mean, Kazaa, like whatever, but
yeah, there's a couple like Icarus and a couple other characters in there. It's kind of cool. Cable I thought was great.
Cable's the #1 to try to find. You can't
the Dark Thor. That was the one I just didn't get because I've seen that version just maybe a year or two ago. It was kind of done as the regular Thor, and that's Oliver Copley's drawn version of that, which is one of the best versions of Thor next to Walt Simonson. But that one I was like, I don't know. There was a couple of characters I didn't want to put together in that whole entire wave. So chances are I'll be one of those idiots that'll be out there buying a Build-A-Figure Zabu out from somewhere else. Now Kazar I am going to buy because Kazar is one of my favorite characters, or like you like to call the Marvel Tarzan.
I mean, kind of is. Yeah, the Marvel, the Black Winter you can't get. You can't get Cable. You can get Kazar, you can get Red Widow, you can get Wolfsbane, Superior Iron Man, but that doesn't have any of the Build-A-Figure in it.
No wonder.
Icarus. So you can get almost everything except for
Well, we knew cable was gonna, cable. No matter what version of cable they do, that's usually one that's gonna fly out the window. Now, again, I will also caution people to is that that's not getting online. Oh, I'm sure you're gonna pay through the nose when like Robo Toy Show or a couple of these other toy shows out there because somebody has them up there or your
Mhm.
local shops. You're gonna pay through the nose for them now, but it's you're not going to be able to order them off of. That's not something that I knew that wave. The builder figures, you're not going to find the builder figures at Ross. I don't know what anybody is saying. I'm gonna play the long game. You're not going to play a long game with the builder figures. You might be able to get Icarus at Ross, but you're not going to see or Ollie's or anybody else. Builder
Yeah.
figure raves are rarely going to those secondary and tertiary discount retailers. You're not going to find that. Usually, when you see a builder figure wave, you better purchase it.
But I just want everyone to know right now, one of our sponsors is Entertainment Earth. And if you go on to Entertainment Earth through the link in the description of here, you do get a discount on a certain amount and shipping. But if you go on Entertainment Earth and look it up now, you actually can pre-order cable. It's available to pre-order, which means that they
Mm.
must know they're getting some in or something's happening. So yeah, I would I don't know.
And it,
That's I
it,
haven't seen that. I haven't.
Entertainment Earth for the save, brother. It's
Yeah,
not
man.
appropriate.
The only ones it has is back order is
Mhm,
uh on Entertainment Earth is Kazar's back ordered.
mhm, mhm.
Black Winter Thor is back ordered and Wolfsbane is back ordered, but everything oh no, and Icarus. But you could get a few of the harder ones on Entertainment Earth, and then those other ones I just mentioned are available other places.
Yeah, and that's the one aspect. Look, I think Kazar at retail, you're going to be able to find him. I don't think that he's one of those figures you're not going to find. A lot of people use a very obscure Marvel character, and I think the only reason why I think the cat's Zabu's a little bit more famous than he is only because it's a builder figure. But
Mhm.
Kazar is, there's been several versions of Kazar done through the Marvel Legends brand. I don't think that's going to be hard. In fact, I do think that the other version of Kazar that came out years ago probably will jump more in price. But I think but cable, if you haven't gotten your hands on cable, you better because every version of cable normally costs.
A ton.
Oh yeah. So if you can get it right now through Entertainment Earth or anyone else that you can find at retail, do it now. Even though it's 20 vert, that you don't play the long game on that toy. That will not. That is not a very wise move because you will end up paying probably 2 times that amount of money sometime over the summer later on trying to find them.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I
And
give them.
cable's awesome. I'm the guy, by the
Mhm.
way, that wants all these and will open them.
Well, see, that's the thing too. Is like we've always discussed. Um, if you're looking at selling this for like retail or something, I'm gonna go down the line, and then that's something that I'm gonna do and change. Don't. That's not something that enjoy the stuff that you have. Put it out on the shelf, display it, let people see it. You want people to enjoy it along with you. You get no joy from something sitting in a box stuffed away. Now, every now and then, there's some holy grail item that's great that you kept in the box, and
Mhm.
that's fine. And maybe you're able to take that family trip to Disneyland on it. But most of this stuff, it's meant to be enjoyed, put on the shelf, have somebody basically enjoy it along with you because like some of this stuff is awesome stuff. Look, they're making better stuff and they're constantly upticking the scale on that. And I guess I've got to give it where like this year it's just Marvel Legends. Like a couple years ago, it might have said maybe it was classified, maybe Star Wars Black, but this year it's just Marvel Legends is just killing it, man. And again, we're not even at the halfway point of the year. And I'm like, what are they going to do next, man?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And we keep seeing it, we keep going. But now, as we're seeing that, and we normally haven't, we've seen some of our pre-orders tonight with the Ramen Racer and a bunch of other stuff. I know Mr. Maddox had a special treat that popped in that he definitely, because again, throughout the day, you'd be surprised how many times we're all emailing one another or going back and forth with one another about something that pops in. And I know you said something over today, and I was like, wow, that looked, even in the photos, that looked extremely impressive. So I can only imagine what they look like just in person, man.
Yeah, so got the Legacy series in. Pretty stoked on this.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Ramen
Oh,
Toys,
Ace.
welcome. What's up?
Thank you, Ace.
Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we did. I did get the I did get I got Deadpool and Wolverine. These just came in.
All right, Ace. Thank you so much. We at the top of the show, we showed off your absolutely fantastic Ramen Racer, and I
Yeah,
got to tell you, Ace, thank God for all the packaging and everything that you did, because
yeah, the
UPS
packaging. Yeah, UPS
UPS basically
messed
tried to
messed
destroy
up.
your outer box, but if it
Yeah,
wasn't for just the great packaging you did, it wouldn't have came over, man. So thanks for tuning in. We really can't wait. Oh, thank you, man. Definitely catch the replay. We like, again, I was talking, my moderator last night hit me up because he told me that you had went into our Instagram feed, and we definitely love to have you on the show one night, Ace.
yeah. I think when you look at like the packaging, not to get too sidetracked, but when you look at the packaging of passion project versus packaging of a bigger corporation like
Mm-hmm.
HasLab and things like that, um, you can see where the the love is in terms of like,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone always gets upset when things don't happen when everyone's stated to happen.
Sure.
And I've talked about this before too, which is as somebody that created a board game, sold it worldwide, um, and you just can't control things. There's just like there were things that happening at the factory I couldn't control. Then when it shipped, my stuff got stuck in the port, and I couldn't do anything about it. It had it on 2-3 weeks. So there's a lot that we just can't control, but yeah, hey, great job on the packaging. Amazing toy.
It
uh
is.
it's got me excited for the future. I was
I'll
when,
tell Ace right over here on the. You'll notice that there is a Marvel Legends one with the hammer and everything. That was McFarlane. Ace, you have taken over his spot now. The Ramen Racer will be put up there, and it's been cleared out for it to be up there. But it's fantastic, Ace. It was just one of the. It was worth the wait, and I just love all the passion that you put into it, sir.
yeah. um
Oh,
you
yeah. I am definitely purchasing that one as well, Ace, and I can't wait to see that at Joe Fest.
yeah. Yeah, that's those are gonna be yeah. I was gonna open up my wallet.
Yes, sir. Yes, Uncle Todd's got,
Uncle Todd's gotta
again.
go. Uncle Todd's
Yeah, there's a problem. There's a problem, sir, and you've caused it.
Yeah. But I like these legacy. I do like the legacy collection. I think it's great. Excited to see a Joe Fest. It'll be fantastic. Um, I don't know where we'll stand with these Marvel Legend figures. Again, this one's the Wolverine one.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool. The box is different, and then this is the one that everyone. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank you for
stopping
popping
by.
in, Ace.
Excited to hear what you feel about the replay. Um, so if you look at this is the other one. Here is good old Deadpool.
And that's the Deadpool that came with the several different animals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, the detail on them. Now, these are the ones that's based off of Legacy. Is supposed to be really Jackman and Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say that suit looks more screen accurate for Deadpool than I've seen from some of the other ones. So they've done a
Yeah,
good
this
job.
is this is the back of the box.
Yeah, because I know they're reintroducing certain older characters, that doesn't quite look like it's just been the same mold done again, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen all of Hugh Jackman, but even like the Hugh Jackman one is pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I give credit where credit's due. Is that again, some of these characters, you know, if there's two characters I know that people are going to purchase this summer, it's going
Yeah,
to be those two characters.
yeah, yeah,
And I think by you getting them now is like, because look, people are going to get into the theaters when it comes out. They're going to hit down to the big box stores, and the first thing they're going to do is like, oh, guess what? Look. I think Deadpool and Wolverine are two of the characters that you're not going to find on the shelves, man.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
that's gonna it's gonna you're there that secondary market, or like Maddox says, the flippers.
mhm,
They're gonna make a killing off that, because there's gonna be kids who's be like, hey, I want a Deadpool, hey, I want a Wolverine,
yeah,
and that character does not seem like they over abundantly produce. And I know there's a lot of the other anniversary characters that's coming out that are more Wolverines, but not the screen accurate versions of them.
yeah. No, we'll see what happens. I have two of each, so
Oh well, right there.
yeah, I wanted extras because these are. I wasn't gonna open mine, but I'm of the like idea that if I buy them, I want to enjoy them. So I'm not
Mhm.
necessarily gonna keep them. I'll keep
Yeah.
one in box, but I'll probably open up the other ones. I Deadpool's one of my favorite characters
Hmm.
um of all time, but
Oh, he's
yeah.
going to be Marvel's favorite character this summer.
Well, yeah, but then you heard real quick, just if we're talking about Marvel, you heard that there's potential for Disney to drop them, right?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. They could talk all that stuff that they want, and all the situations they're going to do. When that Kaching sign goes through this summer, they're going to be immediately fast track another Deadpool. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Like I said, if I had to look at my Storm Notre Dame predictions, I will say that the Deadpool's next movie is fast tracked it right now.
mhm,
So they're not dropping them. They're not that stupid. This is what it like this. They're not that stupid. They haven't got, because they're dictated by corporate money. And
yeah,
so this is probably going to be the most successful thing they're going to do all year, because they've had a streak of 2 years where it's been completely unsuccessful for them. So I I don't think there's any case of that happening for him. I think he's 100% safe, man. So, but anything else that you got on a pre-order horizon, sir?
I don't have it
Anything?
on. I don't have it on pre-order. I'm trying to find it at Target. The Playmates 40th anniversary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the sketch action figures. Man, I need these in my collection. Uh, you have to get to Target in the morning. They
Mhm.
get shipments. Um,
Are you fighting those guys that wait out like 6:30 in the morning until the doors open and they're ready to run in?
I
Is
can't
that the
see anybody.
situation that's
They're
going
all they're all standing behind me. It's not me waiting behind other people. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Uh, another,
those, you said the 40th anniversary versions, right?
yeah, you want to see them?
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
pull them
you've
up.
you've seen them, right, or no?
I've s- if those are the ones that look like the Eastman and Laird drawn versions, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen those. Which, wow, who would have known? 40 years of Playmates actually slinging out those toys, and they're still slinging them well.
Yeah, let me add this. Yeah, so here's the thing: is like I will always be like a Playmates fan, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. Here is that's what they look like, and
Oh wow.
they come with all these stands. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm I'm running around
Oh
Target.
snap.
If anyone has a Target, you guys go to Targets and you can find them. If you can message me on social media or through our YouTube account, I will happily pay you more for them. But these are cool, man.
That is, what, I like the actual diorama stands that come with them. Wow,
Yeah,
like Playmates are taking that to the next level, aren't they?
yeah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Wow.
Playmates is killing it on that, dude. I think it's gonna be be pretty good. Where is
It's approved by Meeks, and yes, I approve it too, Meeks. Hell yeah, it looks good.
I don't. Anyways, that's what they look like.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have been stoked if these all had red bandanas though. I'm just
Mm.
gonna be honest.
Well, you could,
Because
do a little
like
customization.
yeah,
You
like in the originals, it was all just
Yeah.
all red. So, but man, look, I love all of the new. I love all of the new turtles. I think that NECA does a great job.
Hmm.
But like these turtles, they have great articulation.
Yeah.
They're like $14 a piece.
That's the one thing that I've noticed that Playmates did. There's also a different version of them there. They have a sketched version of them, and those were $9.99 at Target. I'm like, look, if anything begs to have like get younger fans interested in it, and the price points is there, Playmates is not gouging anybody,
Mm.
like the 40, 50, $60. Now that's a good point where look, everyone, like even the Mutant Mayhem, which I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with that movie and a lot of situations too. It was made for the youth, and all my younger nieces and nephews love the Turtles, and they're at a price point where you can take home all four
All
turtles and it's not killing you. So kudos to Playmates for actually keeping the price points low so they can attract younger fans, because that's how they grow. And look, they've had 40 years, and that's generation after generation, that has really kind of been stepping up. So I give them credit. And I saw it too. They released a couple of other ones. I think they did they reissued some the turtles, the ones the athletic turtles, the ones that had like the basketball jerseys and everything, and just it's just a fun line, man. It's a fun line for younger people to get them in. Playmates is doing the one thing that I think Hasbro and Mattel and a lot of these other companies aren't doing. They are trying to foster the next generation of avid toy buyers, and they're really doing a great job. But at $14 per turtle is way, way reasonable, because if that was Super 7, we'd be looking at almost like $40 to $50 per turtle.
yeah, it's not even. It doesn't even make.
Mhm. And you're getting a stand with them too, because they could have uptick for that stand.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know?
I'm saying, man. Like, well, I showed you like one of my favorite last Ronin figures is the one that Playmates did.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. I'm a massive Playmates fan. I always will be. I think that when I think of like toys, like I love these figures, but if I bought like my niece or nephew one of these figures and they fucked around with it and broke it and whatever, couldn't get upset. It's
No.
meant for playing,
Mm-hmm.
and Playmates just gets it. And I think that more people need to focus on that, like Playmates does, because the NECAs and the Super Sevens, they don't make a line for kids. They make all their stuff is made for like high end collectors that are all like our age, that at some
Mm-hmm.
point we're just gonna not buy anything, So
Well, imagine that though. Like you said, Super 7 or like Mezco or anybody else is doing the turtles. You're not letting anybody younger touch that stuff. It's like, no, that's not for them.
yeah,
But when they see and especially like the Mutant Mayhem party van, that's extremely reasonable to purchase. And
yeah. Well,
these aren't things that are on clearance at the moment. These are just their standard pricing. It's extremely easy to purchase.
the sewer layer from Mutant Mayhem or whatever, like it's only $50.
Like these are all items that you want to get, like I said again, and they know they're fans. I think we've been saying, I think Mattel and I think Marvel needs to go back and start thinking about that. Like what's the appeal level here? I know we have Marvel Legends. Is there maybe a different brand? Because I've even noticed with the X-Men 97, those are at $24.99, and there's a video that Shadow put up that's coming up tomorrow, a toy hunt where he specifically goes out and he's looking for some of the new wrestling figures and the X-Men 97 figures, and they're at $24.95. I'm like, and that show is hot right now. And you mean to tell me you couldn't put out a $9.99 or a $14 figure for that? Like you're missing the point of trying to capture an audience right then. Because $24.99 is like that's way too much for figures, man.
Yeah.
Especially ones that's associated with an animated show. you know. So I don't know, brother. They're gonna have to start really thinking about that. Playmates is beating them to the punch on that, man. So
Yeah.
I give them credit, man. We got to give credit where credit's due. Like I said again, we have that segment do better. I don't know, just like keep doing what you're doing with Playmates. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I know. Wow. Well, brother, like I said, we have had a heck of a show. Ace pops in, like that's just when you can again when you're running a company and your main priority is to reach the community of people that's out there. Like you really have to. That's something that I really wish that Marvel would do a little, or actually Hasbro would do better. Mattel, and I think Uncle Todd, like we started laughing. I think Uncle Todd does a good job of doing that. He really kind of like goes out to smaller cast and everything else, but you can kind of get played into the situation where you know they're slumping you into that category of hey, we're too big to come on your show, and when you get somebody like Eats from Ramens to just pop in, again, it's always cool because that person values your input and your purchase. I think that's what fans in the toy community really want from these bigger companies. Just appreciate their dollars are going to you when they don't have to.
Yeah, man. I think it's great. I'm excited
Yeah,
to see what's next.
I can't
I
wait.
the armored vehicles, man.
Wow, man. Look, and I caught his live stream a couple of nights ago, and he was showing the breakdown of the vehicles, and like all of the stuff is really kind of modular. It can switch from one thing to the next thing, and again, I don't want to get any kind of like lawsuits or anything based on them, but it switches into three real American hero vehicles. That is like something where I'm like wow, like when you can do something that intrigues me enough to and this has been a year where I'll tell you, going to the SoCal Joe show, I saw some customizers do some stuff for Classified that was like really up there, like like a lot of vehicles that were 3D cut and everything. And just to know that this is not something 3D cut, this is something that's actually manufactured, it's modular, you can switch it through, that can sit on your shelf. It has me excited because I don't know if the other company would have done these several vehicles that he's transformed. I don't know if they were going to do that. So I can kind of live out something that is not a guarantee that was going to happen. So again, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. And I know he's debuting that at Joe Fest, and that's going to be a heck of a debut, brother. That's going to be a heck of a debut.
I mean, dude, like if you just go to if you just go to the Instagram, it's like
Yeah, wow. It's like it's and it's not saying we can actually put it up if you want to. He's actually shown those, but it's like some of the stuff on here is like wow. There are certain levels where it's like there's some great stuff on there, man.
look at that. I wonder what this is gonna be.
Yeah, like I said, man, he keeps the fun and a lot of the stuff. And again, I can't wait to see because I know we both ordered Flipor, so I can't wait to see Flipor take room on the shelf and everything.
Yeah, we did. We did order
Yep.
Flipboard.
Looking forward to it, man. Well,
Dude,
my brother,
yeah.
I think we'll go one shout out Meeks. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else that's hot on your mind before we
We got
bounce
time.
tonight? Yeah, we got
We
time.
can
We always
cover
have time for
something.
Meeks, man. We always got time for it, brother.
Cover something. We'll send you a damn link. You could jump in and start talking.
Yeah, but
Hang on. Let's see if we could do a Meeks minute here.
Okay, let's see.
If you know, you know.
Okay,
Let's,
we'll see.
let's
The
see.
Meeks minute.
Let's see if we can get a Meeks minute going real quick. Hold on, real quick.
No, nothing from me. Meeks actually did hit him. He said he's on a walk, bro.
Huh?
He said he is on a walk at the moment.
That's fine. No one asked what you were doing. We're just gonna send you a link. You can choose whether or not you want to join or not, and it's fine. You know, this is always times for a Meek minute.
Well, while we're running through the Meek minute and everything, let's run through the channel updates.
Let's hit it.
If you haven't been checking out the channel, then you've been missing out because we've added some major wrestling individuals to the site. One is, of course, always Shadow. And actually, if you think about the SKN terminology, where did that come from? Well, that's mostly due to Shadow. It's mostly due from Mr. Maddox, myself, Ms. Dr. Brentley, and Chris. But it's one of those cool aspects. But he's got a toy hunt that's popping on tomorrow. That he did at Walmart. You're going to see some wrestling figures, some X-Men 97 stuff that he's basically been rolling through. The Tech Master just dropped a video today, one about Becky Lynch, and is she re-signing with WWE or maybe going to another company? Always informative. The one thing that I always love about Shadow, and especially about the Tech Master, is you want information quick sometimes. You don't want information that's long and drawn out. They get right to the point. Sometimes you get some 10, sometimes you get some 30-minute videos, but whatever's in their mind. But you're never going to get something that's going to be way over longed out, like I can see a bunch of other stuff. So I give them credit for that. But Shadow's Shoot Shot, Shadow's podcast, talking about a lot of things in wrestling, but also talking about his former career in wrestling as well, or his time on the radio. So that's always fun to see a drop in. I know that yourself and Chris have been working on the latest retro rewind club that everybody's been talking about. So
that's the unfortunate part of that is our schedules just have not been meeting up. But yeah, we're working on that. We got a lot of stuff going on. You can now buy stuff from our store on YouTube. I will tell everyone this, for the most part, if you want updates, check our community and our store page out. We've decided that we utilize YouTube for everything related to what's happening with every aspect of the company. So we're excited that there's progress being made. But Meeks, you gotta download the app. Yeah, download that app. But yeah, we got a lot happening on there. We had a really good show on Friday. Hopefully Chris's yacht got fixed.
I know. Wow,
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that too is that whenever we do a show and everybody's always asking, like, I think one of the questions I'm asking, you guys always get along with one another, because it's like so many different. We all get along with one another. When somebody's off and they're not on the show, believe me, we actually do miss their presence, because they bring such a different aspect of what we do. So even though we're joking that he's on his yacht and everything, we always love to have him when he's here, because he has just one of the better perspectives from us. I think he keeps you and I in line a little bit more.
For sure. Definitely does.
And I'm going to tell you too, same thing with Dr. Brentley and everything, which is Dr. Brentley's the sponsor of the Ramen Racer for tonight. Like I said, again,
what's going on with Retrospect?
Retrospect. Now we've got part 2 of the Indiana Jones one we're working on. We were planning a couple other ones, because I know this year is the 40th anniversary of a bunch of films. So it's a lot of anniversaries on some stuff, but it's just trying to get in, the balancement of our screenwriting careers and the balancement of us recording as well. When we're technically working, it's always just the tug of war that we pull with one another. Now, can we, break enough time from working to do enough time for recording? But we've got a schedule that we're working on. I know all three of us, hopefully all four of us, is going to be at the Robo Toy Show. So that's going to be one. We're waiting to see if the elusive Mr. Maddox can fly in for that.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's I'm looking forward to that event because it's very rare where we're all we're in Southern California, but everybody's always busy. So
Yeah.
it's like as much as Dr. Brentley and I work together, we do it a lot more remotely than in person now. So that's the aspect. So I stay out in the Inland Empire. They're still in the LA area, and so it's a different trek, but I know we're working on more retrospects. A lot of more of our other pseudo sponsoring the channel, Bad Travels. That company is up to some stuff, man. They've got a lot of things that they're cooking up, and I'm kind of wondering to myself and everything is that again, when they say no refunds, you should trust them at their word and everything. But if you still want to book a trip through Bad Travels, there's a couple of interesting ones that's popping up lately. So there's that series has been fun to see kind of grow on the channel. And
Well, they are offering. We did. If you weren't there for Friday, we do want to let you know they are offering a new destination, and so I figure we'll take a look at that real quick.
Okay.
Beautiful Adventure Destinations invites you to India's hidden gem, Pankot Palace. Enjoy amenities like our steam room, meditation suite, and all-you-can-eat buffet. We even have a place just for the little kids. They say you can return home, but your heart will remain in Pankot. Pankot Palace, conveniently located just a bridge away. If for some reason the bridge is out, a boat, an elephant, and a train will be provided free of charge. And don't forget the deluxe air package, as some of our bargain providers do not land before they make you disembark. Everyone who visits says it's enchanting. Everyone. Disclaimer, all hail Mola Ram. Digging for Sankara stones may be required by the Maharaja. Not responsible for possession from drinking the blood of Kali. Kali Ma shall rule the world. No refunds, no exceptions.
Remember, no
I don't know about
refunds,
you.
no
Yeah,
exceptions.
I don't know about you, but I would definitely go to that.
I'm debating, man. My summer's kind of booked up. I don't know if I can actually do that.
You don't know if you don't know if you can make that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I think we got let's see. Hello, Meeks. Welcome to the cast. Let's see if we can hear him. I don't know if we can hear him.
Well, he's trying. It's always
He's trying. Look at that face.
I know. Well, at least we got him to this point.
Yeah, he's there. I don't know. Here's his debut. It's just his face. You gotta allow access to your mic and your camera. It's technology. Don't know if you know how to use that. While he's trying to figure out how to use that, is there anything that you're looking forward to in the next few weeks?
You know what? I do know I'm looking forward to the Dragonfly showing up at one point or another.
That's right.
Because that's supposed to be, I think, towards the end of the summer. Let's hope. Usually that thing is always delayed out a little bit more. Also, I'm really looking forward to Danny Ketch and that Ghost Rider cycle. Like that's the one I have waited years for that accurate version of it. And in fact, I was never really a Johnny Blaze fan. But I gotta tell you, maybe at the Robo Toy Show, I might start looking for Johnny Blaze and that bike because just having Danny Ketch, I'm like, that's kind of pushing me in. Again, we talked about this. I'm not a Marvel Legends dude, but all of a sudden now
You are now.
They just got you, man. It's kind of like like Al Pacino said, I thought I was out and they just pulled me back in. So
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that. And I know Chris purchased the Captain America Hydra.
he did.
And wow, that character looks impressive.
Yeah, I do like
that
one. Yeah, he showed us. That was really good.
Yeah, like wow, like there's just so many aspects of what I'm seeing now. And I know the Cobra Ferret's supposed to show up, the G.I. Joe classified version of it. So there's several figures that's coming in the next couple of weeks that really I'm looking forward to, man. And I'm kind of like at some point, you're always kind of like wishing. The one thing that is delayed is actually the Captain America Sam Wilson, the Target exclusive.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so I'm waiting to see that one too because those wings look impressive and everything. So there's some stuff that's actually hitting. The only problem is again is like and Dr. Brentley reminds us all the time. It's Target. It's Target. It's like will
It's
it
gonna
actually come intact or is the wings gonna be twisted or something? You never know. But
well, I think we could wrap it. Meeks had his quick second. It looks like there's some technical issues. From all of us over here at Toy Box Chronicles and the SKN channel, we appreciate you. It's been fantastic. It's been a pleasure for you. We're not really sure about us, but hey, as always, if you know, you know.